Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a pretty radical idea about something we think we know inside and out, our own mind. We're going to draw from the work of philosopher Su Feng from Life Chanyan and really challenge the very idea of the mind, and maybe even map out an escape plan from its maze.
So let's just start with that big question. What is the mind? I mean, we talk about it constantly. My mind is racing, or I can't make up my mind, but what is it? The material we're looking at today kicks things off by pointing out just how wildly contradictory it is.
On one hand, the mind is this place of pure, almost physical agony. Just listen to these phrases we use. Heart-piercing grief, a heart that feels torn or twisted like a knife. It's where we feel our absolute deepest despair.
And then there's the agitated mind. You know, that source of constant restlessness? It's when our thoughts feel like a total mess. Our will is just gone, like ash, and we feel like we're in a trance. It's as restless as a monkey, just jumping from one worry to the next.
But it's also the source of our greatest joys, right? This is where our spirits soar, where our heart flowers are in full bloom. It's when our minds feel bright and everything just clicks. And finally, it can be the space of just profound peace and connection, a place where we feel totally content, where our hearts beat as one with other people, and we're just calm and at peace. So what gives? How can the mind be all of these conflicting things at the exact same time?
Well, first, the source material draws a really crucial line in the sand. You've got the physical heart, the zong. That's an organ. It's a real thing. It pumps your blood. We know where it is. But then there's this abstract mind, the shin. And that's something else entirely. It's not physical. So where is it? And what even is it?
And it's that fundamental question that leads the philosopher Zheng Feng to a conclusion that's, well, pretty central to his work and, honestly, pretty shocking.
He proposes that what we call the mind, this whole swirling mess of pain and joy and peace, is actually an illusion. We think we have a mind, but maybe we don't.
And I love this metaphor he uses. He calls it a bagua maze. Now, that's an ancient Chinese maze that's specifically designed to confuse you and trap you. The idea is that we've just sort of wandered into this trap and we're going around in circles, completely unaware that we're even inside a maze to begin with.
So, okay, let's just go with this for a second. Let's say we accept the premise that we're all trapped in this mental maze. What are the actual consequences of that in our day-to-day lives?
According to Su Feng, being trapped in here leads to a life of confusion. We spend all our energy on this endless, exhausting hunt for a true heart, while we're constantly on guard against a false heart. And this inner battle, it just creates suffering. It's totally draining. But just imagine for a second the relief, the freedom, if you could just stop searching, because you realize there's nothing there to find.
And this gets especially painful in our relationships. We desperately want a whole heart from our partner. And the fear of a wandering heart, oh man, it can totally consume us. It leads to jealousy, resentment, bitterness. It turns love into a battlefield.
You know, this idea isn't coming out of nowhere. Millennia ago, the Buddha pointed out that the mind is this impermanent, unattainable thing. You can't grasp the mind of the past, the present, or the future. It's like trying to catch smoke. So the crucial question becomes, if it's an illusionary trap, how do we get out?
And thankfully, the source material doesn't just present this kind of bleak problem. It actually offers a direct path to freedom.
And this is brilliant. It's a surprisingly simple two-step process. First, you have to recognize the maze for what it is. It's an illusion. And second, you have to consciously choose to discard it, to step outside. This isn't about becoming empty or robotic. It's about choosing to no longer live inside the illusion. It's a huge shift in perspective.
And again, you see these incredible echoes of Buddhist wisdom. This teaching is so direct. Don't let your mind abide or rest on anything, not sights, not sounds, not even your own thoughts. It's basically a call to release our death grip on the very thing we think defines us, that constant stream of consciousness we call me. It's a similar idea from the Taoist sage Lazi, who connected suffering to our attachment to a sense of self. The Source extends this logic beautifully. If our greatest pains are things like a broken heart or a troubled mind, what happens if there is no mind to be broken? What's left for the pain to even grab onto?
Okay, so all of this leads to a very practical and, let's be honest, a pretty startling question that I am sure you are asking right now. I mean, it sounds impossible, doesn't it? Our mind seems pretty essential to being human. The source material uses this fascinating story from a classic Chinese novel to make its point.
So in this story,
There's this loyal minister named Bigan, and he has his physical heart literally ripped out of his chest. But because he's reached this certain level of spiritual cultivation, he doesn't die. He just gets on his horse and rides away totally fine.
And this is the crazy part. He only dies when he meets a street vendor who says a simple phrase to him, "A person without a heart must die." The second he hears this and believes it, he falls down dead. His death wasn't caused by the physical loss. It was caused by the power of a single limiting thought, a final trick of the mind.
So if we're not living from the mind, how do we live? Well, the Source offers this concept, 活性. It basically means to live from your authentic, inherent nature. It means acting not from some tangled up web of thoughts and fears and desires, but from the spontaneous, intuitive core of who you really are.
And this, right here, is the ultimate takeaway from Xu Feng's work. Escaping the maze of the mind isn't about becoming some empty, unfeeling shell. It's about becoming truly, vibrantly, and authentically alive. It's about tapping into a deeper reality and experiencing a kind of freedom you might have never even thought was possible. So the final question really isn't whether you can live without a mind. It's what kind of incredible life you could have if you dared to try.